Hello guys, welcome back. Hopefully Pirate Captain Foxy doesn't come through because it's been one of those days. I had a dream this morning and I'm sitting in this, you could think it was a steam room or you could think it was a small room where you sat to wait for something, but it was like all the walls were kind of dyed red, and I'm sitting there with a couple other people, and it's all wood, and I kept thinking redwood, maybe not literally redwood, because you'll be getting this. And there was a gentleman calling us, and we either worked for him or he's our teacher, and he's calling us, and there's like this passage you had to go through. Kind of like, almost like a church passage, you know how they have like a really small, what is called a nave or something? And you had to like squiggle through to follow him, and he's calling us, and we're all too terrified to go, but I figure I'll go, because apparently he's going me. Unfortunately, no one else is volunteering to go. Everyone else is like, nah, I'm not doing this. So I get up and I'm like falling through the squiggle passage, and I kind of get the idea like he either took over a church or something. It was something to do with a church, so I'm like, okay. And he'd shown me through all these other things, but what I mainly remember is he's showing me through this huge, like, if you've ever gone to flea markets in America, they're often in old warehouses. And there will be table after table, and there were tables covered with, you know, that plastic you get for, like, around Eastertide, like, in purples and pinks and greens and all these other beautiful colors, lots of white. And there were all these beautiful things arranged on the table. They were his things. They were like milk glass lamps and ceramic lamps, and it was really beautiful. It sounds tacky, but it was really beautiful. And he was like, these were all my things. And we used to have more, but the church came and split it in two. Yeah, everybody else got this before I did. And I had an idea he had a wife, but like felt like the wife was gone. And by the way, this looks like an elderly gentleman dressed in blue jeans. Shirt with blue and white check on it, you know, like a checkered outdoor lumberjack shirt. Black boots, I think, white, close cropped hair. Eyes might have been blue, not sure. But really, really nimble, and I'm not getting this at all. And he's taking me through and he's showing it to me. And I said sincerely, if I had a place this wonderful, I'd walk through it every day. And he goes, oh. And it completely American accent, by the way. And he had handed me at some point, he had handed me like a round circlet of like plastic painted gold with like fake gems in it. You see them sometimes for window hangers, but this one was huge, like a wreath huge. And he took me over to a wall, and there was like a huge butterfly again, like instead of like those really small ones, it was huge. And he jumped up on the wall, like it started to click to me that he wasn't a human. He jumped up on the wall and got it down for me. And he'd show me all these things, and then I wake up, and then I'm talking to Velis, and I'm talking to Loki, and I'm trying to figure out who this is. And he shows up on a Sunday. And I'm trying to figure out who had a kingdom that was split. And he wasn't very fond of the church. It wasn't like he hated their God. He wasn't fond of what the church did, that they got up and they like broke up his kingdom and stuff like that. And everything was his. I should have seen this coming a mile away, but I didn't. And I'm talking to the others, and I told them the one I didn't want in because I thought I'd have too many tricksters. I said, well, leave this one outside. It sounds like a paradox. I will invite every god in, but I was like, this one hasn't shown any interest, so just leave them outside. Don't drag them in. And they're like, okay. Which with tricksters means we're going to drag them in. Only this one wandered in, and he's been here for a very long time, apparently. I'm just going to retire to Bedlam is what I'm going to do. And, of course, it has to be Lou. And you want to look him up. You want to see Pagan's fight. I said I finally figured it out. I told him I finally figured it out because I've never seen people fight over a god like this before. I said, We pagans are sorry we can't go to wars anymore and die in the defense of our gods, so we shout at each other on the internet. And we have a lovely crack about it. So yeah, we have Lou here, who's associated with the sun except for when he's not, and associated with lightning except for when he's not. His day is Sunday except for when it's Wednesday, and yeah, Trickster God, obviously, and just a general mischief maker, and he is like the god, like I've seen him described very lovingly as Jack of all trades, so he was the patron god of people that make lamps and make ceramic lamps, and the tackier the better, it seems with him. That's a trickster energy, though. They will bring you the gaudiest thing and look very proud of themselves, and they'll be all puffed out, and they'll say, "Look what I brought you." And it's a good thing I like gaudy. I mean, look how I decorate, because the tricksters love this. They're like, oh, so many colors. Tricksters are definitely opposed to, in my experience only, they're opposed to, you know, marble and gold and cathedrals and that. Tricksters like, no. Tricksters are more like truck stop gods and flea market gods and gods of all things tacky and weird, like roadside attractions. Those are what they are like the patrons of. Anything, you know, that you have to be crafty to run. And a wee bit dishonest. Yeah, it's the term weasel wicklet comes up if you've ever seen it. It's not outright stealing. They'll just dupe you into doing what they want. So now we have Lokean, and I checked my bank account because I was like, I want to go get eggs. Well, don't you know my tax return came in? So we went out and we got some fine food, and I ordered some food, and we're celebrating. We have Lou in. I'm saying Lou. It's Lou. We have Lou in now. Most Americans mispronounce it as a Luke, and people in Ireland are probably wondering who we're talking about. It's Lou. And I had to look that up because I've seen like 8 pronunciations for his name, and usually all of them sound like you're beating a dead cat. I think he's highly entertained, and I'm getting some weird ideas, but they're not fully formulated yet. So I'll get back to you when I finish those ideas. But how do I formulate this without insulting people? I get the idea whatever or whomever is presenting himself as Jesus kind of wandered in from somewhere and he's a trickster deity, because he's way too much of a trickster with me. And he loves to laugh. And that was a weird thing. Laughter kept coming up when I was looking up Luke, because Americans can't tell the difference between Lou and laugh. And it kept trying to, like, say, is this what you mean? So I'm not sure what I have in my house now. Something. I know Lou is here, and Veles, and Loki, and, you know, Cousin Coyote was here, because Cousin Coyote is like, yeah, trickster! So, yeah, I have a house full of them now. I can't imagine why other pagans don't like me, because I'm the tricksters wander in. Like, the rest of the pantheon, they're like, nah, I'm good. But, you know, all the tricksters wander in, because they know. I'll go, oh, you're so cute. What did you break today? That's so adorable. Oh. So, yeah, I have cute little tricksters running around. And of course he thinks he owns all of Ireland, because he's Lou. And I've known him before. He's highly opinionated. He's like, where do you think Pirate Captain Foxy came from? That was me. I'm like, you're such a liar. No, I'm not, woman. Da, 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 da. And, you know, it's funny. He can speak American English just fine, except for when he remembers he's Eric McIrishson. And then he gets a accent so thick that he could beat you to death with it. You know you do. Don't stand over there like you don't know what I'm talking about. So yeah, got a bunch of shifters and grifters, and remember, the Allfathers know better. So Odin's a trickster too. We mainly have trickster gods. They're not these innocent wee pups that, you know, the main religions have, that they're so good and holy and pure. No, ours are naughty. Ours are naughty, and they get into things that don't belong to them. And they'll claim whatever they like because they're tricksters. And tricksters, generally, in my experience, I love them all. But they like to think they run the world. Especially, like, if you work with Baron Samedi. He's like, Yes, this is all mine. This is all mine. It's generally, for me at least, how I know I'm dealing with a trickster. They're like, yes, I own everything. You're so lucky. I'm such a generous and benevolent God. And all the other gods are like, Okay, so I just wanted to update you guys, but yesterday was spring cleaning, kind of, and working with La Santa and Velis and everyone else. And then I kept trying to do this thing with the trickster, and like I had a mask on and everything, and it wasn't working. So I think my little tricksy tricksters wanted to wait until Luke came in. So, which I will pronounce Luke until the end of time, which isn't right either, I don't think. But it goes for the course, and nobody can agree about anything on this god, and it's actually kind of highly entertaining to watch people running around fighting like weasels over it because they're like, no, he's sun god, no, he's lightning god, no, he's vegetation god. Rah! It's highly entertaining, is what it is. It seems like tricksters bring out the very worst in their followers. So I will see you guys later. Bye bye.